It's Wednesday, the 3rd of August, 2011. Another United Kingdom talk with myself, Chris Reardon. Busy old day. I've had another busy day yesterday. Oh, yes, I have started moving my... Well, I have now. I've moved my hanging baskets from the shed, which will be demolished very, very soon now, to the front of the house. You can see them here. Yeah, what do you think of that? Do you like my hanging baskets? 6 at the front of the house. And yeah, they weren't bought from a supermarket, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. I made them all from little plants. Very expensive to buy those things in supermarkets. It costs you about 16, 20, 25 £25 to buy a blooming hanging basket. You can seriously make them for about £1 or £2 each if you've already got the baskets. You only buy the baskets, well, it depends what you buy. I mean, I've got... wooden hanging baskets, which actually are starting to see, I think they've seen their best. We might get another couple of years out of them. But it depends on what you buy. If you buy those metal ones, they last for years and years. Don't buy them from the supermarket. Make your own hanging baskets, all right? You coming up, Katie? Because you weren't here yesterday. Where were you yesterday, darling? Hey, up you get. There we are. It's a bit too hot for poor old Katie the cat, isn't it? So that's what I've been doing. Drilling holes in the wall, you know, which isn't easy, but one of my neighbours is like 1, 2, 3, 4, sort of 5 doors across. They did not have the radio up loud this morning. Elvis Presley, all I could hear for hours was Elvis Presley. I mean, it was so loud I couldn't hear the drill going around in the wall, dear. It's shocking, please. And I'm not a huge fan of it. He's all right, you know. I'm not a huge fan. Please don't have your radios too loud, boys and girls. Especially if it's Elvis Presley. All I could hear was Elvis Presley while I was quietly drilling into my brick wall. Honestly, I managed to destroy only one drill on this occasion. The raw plugs are in, the brackets are up, the baskets are hanging. I hope you like the look of those. Okay, so that's what I've been doing this morning. The shed is starting to look rather bare, I have to say. Most of the stuff, everything's been removed from inside now. There's only 2 baskets remaining on the front of the shed, and it's all happening. And the plastic sheeting for the roof on the lean-to has arrived today. 2 very nice men from Wickes came and delivered it. They should have been nice for 20 quid. Cold, £20 delivery charge. Anyway, so the plastic sheeting's come. I'm not actually quite sure how to cut this. So I've bought, it's corrugated, so I don't think you can do it with a Stanley knife. So I've purchased a junior hacksaw, because that's the kind of, you know, the gentlest way to cut things. And I have a feeling that should do the job, meow. Junior hacksaw. Oh, very DIY. Very, very, very DIY at the moment. All right, some emails have come in. There's quite a lot of emails waiting at the moment, boys and girls. Oh, by the way, the answer to that question yesterday, I didn't give you the answer, did I? The answer was few. F-E-W. Unfortunately, I'm sitting here now and I can't actually remember what the question was. But the answer to that quiz question yesterday was few. F-E-W. I think it was, what was an ornithology or something like that, was it? Anyway, if you saw yesterday's show, you'll know all about it. If you didn't see yesterday's show, you're probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Then watch yesterday's show. Okay, you can find that by going to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk and look for the show dated Tuesday, the 2nd of August 2011. Okay. Shaun wrote on the subject of reading competitions. Remember last week I was telling you about this library competition that my mum used to enter for me. She used to do all the answers for me. Shocking, really. Shaun wrote, reading competition. I did 4 of that in the summer holidays. They make catchy names up of the competition. They call it stuff like the reading roller coaster. I used to just read the information on the back and not read the whole book. You're cheating as well, Shaun. I have 4 swimming certificates. He's got red, 5 metres. Light blue, 15 metres, dark blue, 25 metres, and gold, life-saving. All right? So hopefully, you know, if you get into trouble in the water, Shaun will be close by, okay, and will rescue you, boys and girls. Rescue you from the perils of the water. He also writes, I've also got a biking safety certificate from Suffolk County Council. Oh, well, that's good. Actually, one of the people that comes to the karaoke night always travels in on his bike. and it's night time and it's in London, so not exactly the safest place to be cycling around. And I've seen some very good flashing lights recently, some new rear red flashing lights, very, very bright. One bloke I saw cycling along at night time, and the entire back of his coat was covered in little red flashing lights. It wasn't specifically made. He obviously got loads of lights and just clipped them onto his back, which is a blooming good idea. If you're a cyclist, especially if you're in London or on any busy main road, it's most important to be as conspicuous as possible. If you think you're standing out like a sore thumb and looking stupid, then you're probably doing the right thing, okay? Oh, cat's got too hot. I know what you mean, Katie. Cool, and I thought out here, it's got to be 80 degrees out here today. Yeah, you need to make yourself as conspicuous as possible. And I think I mentioned on a previous show, I don't know why someone hasn't yet invented a jacket that kind of is covered in like sparkly lights, like some DJs use a star cloth where you've got a bit of cloth with lots of little lights flashing away. That would be an excellent thing for a cyclist to have, and perhaps some sort of design so that it would also be sparkly in the daytime as well, because it's not just nighttime that cyclists get knocked off. Even during the daytime, it's quite easy to be missed by a large lorry or even just someone's car and get knocked off there. Shaun also writes, I love your display of radio-controlled clocks. Did you enjoy that last week? Yes. I might put some more on the wall, actually. There's 4 up there at the moment. I think you only saw 3 of them. And on the subject of my cat, she's eating in a funny way at the moment. She'll scoff a load of food down and then won't eat for a day and keeps walking. She'll meow, meow, meow round your feet all the time. Then you put the food down and she walks off, or has one mouthful and walks off. And Shaun writes, his cat Marbles, it's a good name for a cat, Marbles, is also eating oddly. Same problem. It must be something to do with the weather. Yeah, I think it is. I think the hotter it gets, the less that animals eat. I mean, even I don't feel too hungry in the summer sunshine. Although I have got in the oven as we speak 2 Quorn chicken and mushroom pies. That's Quorn chicken and mushroom pies. So it's not real chicken, okay? And I've got some roast potatoes and some vegetables all in the oven for me when I finish the show today. Let's have a look. Something for the destruction of your shed. May I suggest a crane and a demolition ball? I will get a train ticket and come and help you smash up your shed. Well, probably that's not the thing to do. I think we're going to have to... I don't know. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this. I've got a crowbar and a sledgehammer. I looked for screws. I mean, actually, there's some screws. I've just spotted them now. I've spotted some screws. If I take those out, we might well... It might just collapse on its own. But the guy who was living here before me, which is over 20 years ago, he made a lot of things. He was very good with woodwork and all that sort of stuff. But he made it properly. You know, everything is screwed in firmly and whatever. So I don't know how long it's going to take to come down. Hello to Jessie B2, who says, hello, Chris. Have you gone back into your time warp? You lazy limer 70s. Oh, I love the 70s. Especially I love the music in the 70s. The people were more friendly as well, I think. I'm sure they were. Fag Ash Lil sends in yet another 2 recipes. We've got to get on with doing some of these recipes in the kitchen soon. Who says, hi, Chris. In answer to Phil's question about what cats taste like... Now, please don't start cooking your cats. For Christ's sake, you can't eat your own pets. In answer to Phil's question about what cats like, I would assume that they taste like rabbits. The reason I suggest this is that cats have sometimes been served in restaurants in place of rabbit. Oh, that's dreadful. Not necessarily the chef's fault, more the fault of some unscrupulous provider. As once skinned, the only way to tell a rabbit from a cat is by the placement of the kidneys in the bodies. Oh, isn't that awful? Please don't ever order such things in restaurants. In fact, you shouldn't be eating meat. Don't eat animals, I keep telling you. You can't eat anything with it. Look at those poor little faces. How can you eat those things? She says, glad you had a good day at the wedding on Thursday. And here's best wishes to the happy couple. Yes, best wishes to Steve and his brand new wife, all right? And she sends in 2 more recipes, though. So thanks for those, Fag Ash Lil. Hello to James, who says, "Hi Chris, you were asking whether Katie was okay because she's gone off her food sometimes. If she eats very early in the morning or when the sun goes down, then it's more likely that the heat is bothering her and eats when the heat goes down. In that case, make sure she gets her food when it's cooler." You could be right here, you know. I find that the heat affects my cat, or the other possibility is that there are other people giving her treats. Well, it wouldn't surprise me because she's very friendly. She's in and out of the neighbour's house now. Yeah, she just walks in. Other people might be giving her treats. From what I've seen of Katie on your video, she looks very well. And being the boss, like my cat is, I hope that Ronnie's cats are okay too. And that's from James. Yeah, Ronnie's cats are all right. Although one of them made a little mess on one of the sofas the other night, and we're not quite sure why that is. And Ronnie having his massive cleaning. He's big on cleaning, Ronnie. He got up out of bed, went straight down the laundrette. I don't know what time, very early in the morning, I think it was. That's it for the show today. Thanks for watching and listening. Another 10 minutes of chat for you tomorrow. Do join in on the email. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you on the next show.